First Peter chapter 2, verses 2 to 3. Like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good. And I'm going to pull from someone else's devotion here. Just wanted to share it with you guys. Very impactful for me. In this text, God is commanding us not to be spiritual fatalists. The word that he uses is to long, and it very simply means desire. It's a command to desire. What this means is that if you feel stuck because you don't have the kind of spiritual desires that you know you should, or that you want, but you don't have yet, this text says you don't need to be stuck. It says get them. Get the desires that you don't have. If you don't desire the milk of the word, start desiring it. Now that's amazing. It's a command to desire, a command to feel longings we don't feel, a command to feel feelings we don't have. It's a command. Is anything more contrary to spiritual fatalism than that? Fatalism, spiritual fatalism, says I can't just create desires. If they're not there, then they're not there. If I don't feel things the way the psalmists feel things when they say, as a deer pants for the flowing streams, so my soul pants for you, O God. Spiritual fatalism says if I don't feel that way to God, then, well, that's that. I just don't. I'm not like the psalmist, I guess. That's dangerous. That is such a dangerous voice. God says, desire the pure milk of the word. Now, before you raise all kinds of objections like, how can you command me to have a desire? What can I do to even obey a command like that? How do I just produce a desire? Well, you may as well tell a lame man to walk. And can you imagine such a thing? Commanding a lame man to walk, someone who's paralyzed, who can't walk, and just tell them to walk and they do it? Who could do such a thing? Well, we do know. So let us ask God to create in us a miracle for the longing, for the desiring of his word. And let's do that each day. Take time each day to ask God for that.
All right, thank you, John. And today, here are your tasks. For prayer, as John was saying, ask God to give you desires. And that goes right along with the scripture for today, Psalm 37. We might have actually had you read this in the past, but it's that important because right in the middle of it says, God will give you the desires of your heart. That means if you don't have the desires, the right ones, he will give them to you if you ask. So here's the thing. If you are a Christian, like a legitimate Christian, the desire is there even if you need to ask God for it. And that's what you gotta do. A new baby doesn't need to be told to uh, desire milk. It's the baby starts crying for it automatically. So it is there if you're actually a Christian. If the desire isn't there at all, then there's another issue going on. But it is there, so do not be fatalistic with it. So pray that God gives you the desire and read Psalm 37. And then to be productive today, get out your list. You should have made your list of all the students if you're in middle school, if high school, your high school students that go to youth group. Now, what I want you to do for the scale of 1 to 10, again, you should have rated scale 1 to 10 how well you know each person. The top 3 people, the 3 people that you know the best on that list, contact them and encourage them in some way. For you, maybe that's playing Fortnite with them and then saying something nice that's other than just their game. Okay. Oh yeah, nice headshot. Do something more for them as a person, or maybe that's calling them, FaceTiming them, or whatever. And then to be creative today, it's been a while. Write a poem, even if it's very simple. Write a poem. Just make it. If you're not a poet, who cares? Write a poem. Just do it. Be different and write a poem. And then finally, to be active, take a walk. It's a little chilly today, but you know what? I personally am tired of the cold keeping me from going out, so take a walk today. All right, there are your tasks. Go do them.